Two teams looking for a win. USF's Jordan McLeod and UConn's Mike Beaudry at the controls. College football presented by Geico in the American. USF is 1-3. UConn is 1-3. Hi, everybody. Rich Waltz, along with Aaron Murray. Justin Walters will join us shortly. Look, none of the coaches, none of the players are real happy about being 1-3, but they're all pointing towards this game, Aaron, as a chance to plant the flag and get some upward movement.
Well, you turn on the film for both teams, and you see a lot of success both offensively and defensively, just not the consistency. And that's when talking to the coaching staff this entire week and some of the players, that's what they want to do. They want to put together 4 quarters of really good football. I'm excited to see and watch these guys today.
And both coaches would like to keep their quarterbacks upright. It's been a problem. Let's start with USF's Jordan McLeod.
Well, Jordan McLeod banged up a little bit last week, his wrist, but when he's healthy and feeling good, you see the ability to maneuver around the pocket, use his legs, good strong arm. The offensive line just needs to protect a little bit better. And then for UConn, Mike Beaudry has not played since week 1. He's another guy, big, strong quarterback within the pocket, can make all the throws sideline to sideline, and then a little bit of mobility. Nothing great, Rich. He's not going to scare you, but has enough to go out there and make plays as well.
Football coaches and football teams like to stay on schedule, and this weekend they're dealing with a big-time schedule change. With more on that, here's our Justin Walters. Justin?
Thanks, Rich. Today's game was originally scheduled to kick off at 7 p.m., but was moved to noon out of precaution over cases for transmitted illness by mosquitoes. It's called Eastern Equine Encephalitis, also known as Triple E. So far, it's been detected in more than 20 towns in the state of Connecticut, and 30% of the people who contract the virus have died from it. Scheduling the game earlier in the day helps reduce exposure to mosquitoes, who are most active around.
All right, thank you, Justin. Well, look, I think both teams are just happy to get on the field and have an opportunity to win a football game. The head coaches, neither comfortable at 1-3. Of course, Randy Edsall, his second tour here at UConn, trying to rebuild this program. And when he left it in 2010, and they were playing in the Fiesta Bowl. And of course, Charlie Strong, who started his run at USF quite well, going 10-2 in 2017, sit right now at 1-3 and 0-1. And both teams were blitzed last weekend. USF losing to SMU 48-21, and UConn lost to UCF 56-21. Weather's outstanding, 54 degrees, no problem with the wind. Might want to watch that sun if you're a wide receiver. And it's the Bulls of USF who will kick it off. That's Art Tompkins, who is deep for UConn. And we, on this gorgeous afternoon here in Hartford, are ready to go. Tompkins from the 1. Has a seam and a return out to the 25-yard line. Summon the cow. That means Chick-fil-A starting lineups. All right, now that we've seen Michael Beaudry a little bit, what will you expect today?
He's going to have to knock the rust off a little bit. Has not played in a few weeks, but we had the opportunity to go to practice yesterday. Somewhat of a walkthrough, but he was moving around great. The ball had a lot of velocity out of it. He's a guy that can make all the throws, but they want to get this run game going to help him out a little bit, ease him back into the starting role at quarterback.
He'll have Kevin Mensah behind him. Tompkins will also see time at the running back spot. And on 1st and 10, little play action. Beaudry rolls, dumps it off. That's Jay Rose, a really talented tight end, and he's upended there by Mike Hampton. That's a nice first play and a first down for UConn. Now, their offense does have some weapons, especially the freshman Cam Ross.
Oh, I love Cameron Ross. In the slot B, look out for him. He does a great job getting one-on-one with safeties and linebackers. And he's an athlete now. He can get open no matter where you put him on the football field.
Maybe the best run of football for UConn was early in the Illinois game when they came out in this stadium, played well, had a nice lead, ended up losing that game, and that's Mensah for 8 strong yards, and the offensive line getting good push on a USF defense that has given up a lot of yards, especially on the ground. Greg Reeves, though, defensive end, really good.
Well, I like what they do with him. You'll see him in a 4-down line. You'll see when they go 3 down, he's kind of your spinner look. So he'll be at a linebacker position, moving all over the place. And for UConn, they will always identify him as a down guy, the 4th rusher, along with their Mike declaration.
Got a 2nd down and 2. Opening drive. UConn on the move. Mensah around the right side, and he stopped and hit. Dwayne Bowles Jr., the sophomore out of Miami, came up to make the play, and that'll be a loss of 2.
That's a great job. You'll see with this UConn offense, a lot of guys pulling, guards pulling, tight ends pulling to the opposite side. These linebackers are going to have their eyes disciplined watching those guys, and then usually they'll take you to the run most of the time if you follow the guards.
USF blitzed a lot last week, and they were burned by it repeatedly by SMU. Probably not going to do a lot of it here, according to Brian Jean Mary, their defensive coordinator. Beaudry on 3rd down, over the middle, caught there. There's Cam Ross, and he's got the 1st down. He's into USF territory to the 42-yard line.
And when you win 1st and 2nd down and give yourself the opportunity to be 3rd and short, you can do these short passes nice and easy. You don't have to ask the offensive line to protect for too long. You see 1, 2, 3, ball's out of my hand, easy completion for the 1st down.
From the 42, that's Ross in motion, and Mensah again, and there's nothing going on that right side. Antonio Greer Jr. made the initial hit, along with Kirk Livingston. Livingston coming off the field.
And I like the front 4 of this USF defense, and we're seeing less blitzes so far to start this football game. You watch the film the past couple of weeks, guys coming from all over the place, nickel blitzes, safety blitzes, inside dogs. Right now they just want to line up, play aggressive football, play fast, and try not to confuse themselves.
It was a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Tompkins is in. Quick shot. That's Ross on the outside, and it disappears quickly. KJ Sales moving up along with Devin Studstill.
We asked the coaching staff yesterday, how many times do you want to get Cameron Ross, number 9, the ball? Is there a pitch count? Like, hey, we want to get him 15, 20 catches, reverses, whatever it is, and you're seeing early in this game, get the ball. And they said we're not going to put a number on it, but the more times we can get him the ball in space, one-on-one with these DBs, we feel like we can win it with that matchup.
3rd down and 11. First drive of the ball game. UConn on the move. Beaudry time, steps into the pocket, fires over the middle, low, and broken up. KJ Sales again got his hand in there and knocked it down.
Yeah, that's great job on the outside. All the DBs are looking from up here. No one open downfield. KJ Sales, tight coverage, but great protection right there. That's a good sign for this UConn offense, at least. Enough protection to give Beaudry time in the pocket to at least scan downfield.
Sales, who made the play, is deep for this Luke Magliozzi punt. Here's a look at Sales. End over end, looking for a checkup. And UConn just couldn't keep it out of the end zone. So a touchback, and USF will get their first touch. Just underway in the American. The Bulls of USF and the Huskies from UConn. Downtown Hartford, a scoreless ball game, scoreless start. And now USF, the Chick-fil-A starting lineups, and we start with Jordan McLeod out of Plant High School in Tampa.
Yeah, where I went played high school football. Talking to the head coach Robert Wiener this morning, loves this kid. Very exciting football player to watch.
He'll put it up. He's in some duress, and he doesn't have full mobility. He's got a sore ankle. Banged up his wrist last week against SMU, and Travis Jones of UConn hauls him down. All right, USF great tight end in Mitchell Wilcox.
No, I love Mitchell Wilcox. He's all over the film, especially inside the red zone. I'm excited to see what they have up their sleeve once they cross the 20-yard line, ways to get him one-on-one with some of these safeties and linebackers.
Bryce Miller's in motion. This is Jordan Cronkwright. And Cronkwright across the 24 to the 25-yard line. Omar Fort made the stop for this UConn defense. Really good free safety in Tyler Coyle.
No, he's all over the place. Go back to Illinois, a little pick six. He'll be in a cover 4, so he will have the opportunity to cover Wilcox one-on-one. He will actually also come in the box too for some run support. He's all over the football field, just a general athlete that you like one-on-one in space.
So a third down. McLeod is just a redshirt freshman.
Tight man-to-man coverage.
Play clock just melting down, and he's hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Great pressure coming in from Kevin Jones on that defensive end spot.
It's a great job. Tight man-to-man coverage. Quarterback holds it just a hair bit too long. And a great job by Jones. A little speed rusher on the outside to be able just to hit the quarterback just in time to knock the ball out.
Trent Schneider. Schneider getting ready to punt it away. Quavon Skanes is back to return the punt. And a flag is down. Skanes from the 23, and he goes down. He looked like he stumbled over the 30-yard line. Ends up at the 36, but let's wait on the flag. So UConn's going to get this football at their own 36-yard line. We'll step aside. USF and UConn in the American, scoreless. Scoreless start, USF and UConn. And our keys to the game, Aaron Murray.
For USF, they need to do a better job protecting, and then obviously in the run game too. Limit the tackles on the backside. And for UConn, they need to get going in the run game and then limit explosive plays defensively.
Just outside the 35, second possession. Kevin Mensah for UConn. He's back to the original line of scrimmage. Both defenses determined to improve from last week. They obviously had their issues. And UConn getting blown out by UCF.
And I think for both these offenses, there's going to be a heavy emphasis on running the football early. Even if you don't have success, you need to at least keep the defenses honest in order to use some play-action pass throughout this game.
Second down, 10. Beaudry, he's not real mobile, and he's brought down. And that's Greg Reeves who gets him.
Yeah, it's a great decide. You see Greg Reeves, number 4. We talked about him earlier. He's a defensive end, but he's almost in that spinner look. So a spinner's a defensive end that's out of position. And they like to mix him up a little bit. So this offensive line, and talking with him, they need to declare him as a down guy. Offensive line gets up there, says, hey, listen, he's down, and then declare the mic from there. Did not get it done right there, and that's what caused the sack.
It's a long third down and 17. And drop play, Mensah just tripped up. And a nice tackle there by Vincent Davis, and that saved a first down run because there was no one between Mensah and the sticks after he cleared that initial surge.
And for UConn right now, they need to go to the sideline and discuss this a little bit more because USF, they're going to mix it up. They're going to be in 4 down. They're going to be in a bear front. They're going to be in 3 down. So this changes all the calls, both in the run game and in pass protection for the offensive line. So they're going to have to sit down and draw it up on the board over there and figure it out.
Luke Magliozzi. We've got 2 Australian punters here. Magliozzi gets it away. KJ Sales and his own man runs into him, but he makes the catch and holds onto it at the 11-yard line. Beautiful day in Hartford and a scoreless start.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. By Verizon, the network more people rely on. And by Chick-fil-A's new mac and cheese. It's both cheesy and crispy on top. Need we say more?
Halfway through first quarter and scoreless, USF and UConn. Both teams have had mixtures of quarterbacks play, and this has been the sequence for USF.
Yeah, a lot of you see some turnovers there, but Blake Barnett came in, was banged up, did not make the trip this weekend, but he's kind of your more in the pocket, sitting there and make some big throws down the field.
This is Kelly Joyner Jr. He's got a nice gain of about 7 yards to the 19-yard line.
You see for both offenses, Rich, the inconsistency at quarterback play, whether it's through injury or bad play, guys moving in and out of the lineup. It's tough for an offense and it's tough for a team. I mean, they are the leader of the entire football team, and when you have mixed different guys in there, it sends different messages to the football team.
Cronkwright bounces outside. Terrific pursuit laterally for that UConn defense. Diamond Harrell, the junior, coming to get him.
It's a great job by UConn stringing this thing out, but at some point you got to put your left foot in the ground. Maybe right now, take on a hitter and get north. There's a reason why this offense right now is not averaging a lot of yards per carry. They got to do a better job of at least getting something. Like I said, if it's there to get 1-2 yards, you got to put your foot down in there. Don't string it out and let the defense run you out of bounds.
3rd down and 2. Just inside the 20. McLeod's starting to run. Dives out, and he's got the first down. He's not as mobile as he usually is, but enough to get the first down on that scramble.
That was pretty darn good right there, doing a great job. Thought we had a sack up here in the booth looking down on it. See right here the movement in the pocket, nothing's open down the field. Eludes one defender, makes him miss, and oh, there we go, there's another one down the ground as well. With Blake Barnett, though, not traveling, I think there's going to be emphasis on let's keep his jersey clean.
There's a break. Cronkwright across the 40, and he spills out to the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 17 yards.
It's a great job by the offensive line. Great job by the tackle right there. Donovan Jennings on the little, coming around on the pool. Great kick out block. The spring is back there.
From the 42, McLeod pulls it, sets to the sideline and incomplete. Frederick Lloyd Jr., the tight end, in the pattern. A lot of coverage there. Omar Fort lines up in a lot of different spots, and he was there for that play.
Yeah, he's a linebacker, but we did see him versus Illinois. In his past, he has been a safety. He has been a nickel. He will play a little bit more of a nickel position in a lot of football games. The coaches love his athleticism and his ability to cover guys in the slot.
2nd down 10. Big hole there. Cronkwright again. And another big pickup. That's about 15 yards on the carry. And it's inside UConn territory. And suddenly the Bulls have some rhythm.
And this is a promising start for this offensive line right now. An offense that really has not been able to get the ball going on the ground. Great job up front. These are some big holes. Doing a better job getting to the second level. That's been the issue for this offensive line. Not being able to get to linebackers.
USF is averaging just 98 yards a game on the ground. Trayvon Sands, the 3rd running back to touch it so far. And we're only in the first quarter.
Well, this just makes everything easier for Jordan McLeod, a guy that we said maybe not be as mobile as he's used to seeing or we're used to seeing because of some of the injuries. So you want to be able to put him in 3rd in manageable situations, 2nd in manageable situations to get the ball out of his hands.
From the 38, Sands again, and he busts loose. And Sands to the 20, and finally comes to rest at the 15-yard line. And the Bulls are doing it on the ground, 23 yards on that game. And you've got an injured player down for UConn, and it's DJ Morgan, a guy they can ill afford to lose. We'll step aside with USF on the move. This was a week of determination for UConn and USF. Determined to get a win. 1-3 for both. Blown out last week. Charlie Strong and the Bulls were down 41-0 to SMU before they knew what hit them. Lost that game 48-21. And of course, UConn was down 56-0 to UCF before they rallied for 3 second-half touchdowns.
That's an impressive stat right there with the running game right now. You've seen it, and Rich mentioned only 98 yards per game heading into this. In the 70s right now, we've seen some big runs, and we've seen some great job by the tackles pulling.
Into the Verizon red zone, you can see 8 touchdowns and 15 trips. That's under the national average at 63%. Cronkwright and the Bulls have 3 consecutive 15-yard runs. And Jordan will keep it to the 12-yard line. Cronkwright made it 3.
This is the point in the field where all antennas are up and all eyes will be on Mr. Wilcox, number 89, the tight end. They're going to move him around the formations to kind of get him matched up. Be ready for a zero blitz right here.
McLeod to the corner, and it's caught, and a touchdown there. Bryce Miller, who replaced Johnny Ford, who didn't make the trip, and Miller pays off with a catch in the corner, and the Bulls score first.
It's a great job. You see cover zero blitz, so you're going to have inside leverage. So what's perfect? A nice little corner route. Great job recognizing the defense, understanding where the leverage is going to be with your slot receiver, and then just throwing it out there, throwing it high, and letting your receiver, Bryce Miller, go up there and make a nice little touchdown catch for you.
Kobe Weiss for the extra point. And this really has to feel good for Charlie Strong and the Bulls. Put together a drive with the running game and finish it with a Jordan McLeod touchdown
What's
throw.
the biggest thing? The running game got going, which allowed some one-on-one coverages on the outside. All of a sudden, you see a UConn defense saying, okay, listen, we got to stack the box a little bit more, stop this run game. And then those one-on-one coverages come out, and a great job, great ball placement right there on the corner route. And then Miller, coaches said he is a dog-like mentality. He's a guy that goes out there and competes for footballs.
Start your football Sunday, your NFL Sunday with CBS Sports Network and the Tops crew to give you analysis and the inside on all of the NFL action. That other pregame show tomorrow morning, 8 Eastern, on a 24-hour home at CBS Sports. Afternoon start here, UConn and USF. And USF in the end zone first. An impressive drive of 10 plays, 88 yards. And they had 3 big runs to help fuel that. This is Tompkins. And Tompkins had a good return the first time he touched it, and a nice one here as he's out to the 33-yard line. And now UConn will try to get their offense going and get some points on the board. We showed you kind of the carousel, so to speak, for USF's quarterback situation. Michael Beaudry, as you talked about, played against Wagner, injured his shoulder, hasn't played since. Jack Zergiotis, the freshman, has played. He was good against Illinois, not so much against Indiana and UCF. Kevin Mensah in the backfield. And he's out to the 36-yard line. Then you've got Steven Krajewski as well. Here is the carousel, so to speak, for the Huskies.
Yeah, Mike Beaudry started off versus Wagner. He goes out and just been quarterback after quarterback after quarterback throughout this season. They've had 3 in total. And it's tough. We talk about going back as these guys are the leader of the football team. And you look back, or even in the huddle sometimes with these guys, you're like, oh, who's going to be our quarterback today? Who's going to be our quarterback this possession? Right now it looks like Beaudry will be the guy the rest of the season. Coaches really want to keep him healthy.
Beaudry's throw on the mark. Nice catch there. Cam Ross has been the feature receiver for UConn so far today, and he's across the 50, and that's a first down.
There's 2 things I like. Right now, the protection. You see him eyes down the field, able to step into his throw, and then Cam Ross over the middle, one-on-one. It's just tough. You got to play almost inside leverage with a safety over top, because if you're going to play outside or head up, he's going to eat you alive over the middle of the field.
Now, Beaudry is the most seasoned of these. He's a graduate transfer from West Florida. That's a Division II team in Pensacola. Nice move by Tompkins. And Tompkins is inside the 4. It's an 11-yard pickup. Nick Roberts made the stop.
And you loved when the big guys are on the move. Ryan Vandermark and Nino Leone doing a great job pulling, getting out there in space, and it opened up some big holes for the running back. They're not afraid to pull some offensive line, Rich. They love doing it. They love getting these guys. They believe they have enough speed and strength to get around there, find their linebackers or nickels one-on-one, and be able to block them on the outside.
Final minute and a half, first quarter. USF with an 88-yard touchdown drive. Beaudry goes up top and overthrows on the far sideline Cam Hairston. And it's second down and 10. And Beaudry has a big arm. And when he was at West Florida, that's a Division II school, he took them to the national championship game in 2017. He was injured last year, transferred in, knew he would have an opportunity to compete for the quarterback job, won the job in the fall, and then injured his shoulder in the Wagner game, which is the only win for UConn this year. 39-yard line. Mensah. And Kevin Mensah inside the 35. KJ Sales to stop.
It's been a great little drive so far, and I would think right now, based on field position, have an opportunity to go for it on 4 downs right here. Great little run. Any kind of positive movement in the run game is great for both of these teams right now based on what they've done this season. But right now, if I'm Beaudry, I'm not thinking first down. I'm thinking, hey, listen, if I got to check the football down to someone, that's fine. There's a good chance we'll go for it on 4 down. So just get a completion, move the ball a little bit closer, and then get another shot for it on 4th and short.
So 3rd down and 7 here. USF showing blitz, and they come, and Mensah swallowed up in a hurry, and that was Kirk Livingston, the senior out of Fort Lauderdale.
That was a great job. I think USF was feeling the same thing. Listen, we're in 4 down territory. We better knock them back a little bit, force their hand to possibly punt the football. Brought a little safety pressure from the outside, and a great job by Livingston shooting right between the gap to get the tackle in the backfield.
And the final seconds of this first quarter, you were talking about 2 downs to get 7 yards. Now it's 4th and 11, and that changes everything. USF showing signs of life, a 7-0 lead after 1 into the first quarter. We're back to East Hartford. You're watching college football presented by Geico. Both teams have run the football with success here early on, which is a good sign for both. First quarter stats, Aaron Murray, what jumps out at you?
The rushing yards right now for USF, that's pretty impressive. 81 yards, 98 per game heading into today. They want to get it going. They've had some big runs. Great job by the offensive line on all their pulls.
Powered by Ram Trucks.
And that punt by Magliozzi rolls out of bounds.
Network halftime report.
Time now for the Nissan Heisman watch. And it looks like our watch is on one guy right now.
You should be watching their entire offense and those receivers. They got 3 dudes, Rich, who it's amazing to me how many slants and bubbles and quick hitches get turned into a 5-yard catch that goes for 70 yards. It's the speed, it's the talent, and then Tua's ability to put the ball right where it needs to be to keep them in stride. This offense, I don't know who can stop them right now. You need about 3 or 4 DBs that are all 6'2", that can jam at the line of scrimmage if you want to stop Alabama's offense.
Not many people have a full complement of those at their disposal. Miller in motion. He caught the touchdown pass. Cronkright on the carry. He's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards. The puzzle about USF, the fact that all the talent in Florida, they are talented. They should not be a 1-3 team.
No, and they should be able to run the football pretty darn good. You look at Cronkright from a year ago, over 1,000 yards rushing, and this is how they do it. Them getting some guys on the edge, getting the offensive line pulling around. It's been a good start to the day.
Jordan McLeod has time and a lot of room in front of him. And a nifty slide just short of the first down to the 28-yard line. Brings up 3rd down and 2 for the Bulls.
And actually, Jordan McLeod was leading the team in rushing heading into this game with 82 yards rushing. And that's not a good thing when your quarterback's leading you through the first part of the season as your rusher, and he doesn't even have 100 yards. They want to get these running backs going, but it always is nice if nothing's open, your quarterback can take it and get some yards with his legs.
So a 3rd down and 2. And Cronkite busts through, has the first down to the 27-yard line. And that moves the sticks. Now, if you've just joined us, Jordan McLeod getting the start at quarterback. Blake Barnett, the senior, who has a high ankle sprain, did not make the trip. So McLeod, who's banged up, hurt his wrist last week, has a sore ankle. So far, so good, though. Cronkite runs into the teeth of that UConn defensive line. Lawal Ugwak, the sophomore out of Edmonton, Alberta, made the stop.
Yeah, he's more of your 3rd down, get after the quarterback, leads the team with 3.5 sacks. But right now you're seeing USF, they're staying committed to the run. It's so hard, and when we talked about the last week's games, when you're down 30, 40 points, to say, hey, we're going to stay committed to the run. You got to pass the ball at that point. Right now, got the lead, feeling good. You can see the run.
McLeod moving and looking and throwing to the sideline. A man there and a nice catch. Streaking out of bounds is Xavier Weaver, a true freshman out of Orlando. And nice work by Jordan McLeod.
It's a great job. Weaver actually had a post route, sees his quarterback's outside the pocket, decides to break it off, come back downhill, gets the feet down. Great catch. You see right here, post route, gets his head around. Oh, my quarterback's not there. Some of the biggest plays you see in every level of football is when the quarterback gets out of the pocket. These receivers, they got to love that because DBs usually get a little bit lazy.
From the 41, good play fake, over the middle, caught there to the 10, and that's Jacob Mathis all the way inside the 5-yard line.
It's amazing when you get the running game going, how then all of a sudden the play action pass just seems to magically open. You see linebackers, safeties, everyone biting downhill on a little bit of play action. Jacob Mathis gets over the top, little seam route, easy throw, inside the 5-yard line.
.36 yards on the completion. Sands still on his feet into the end zone, and USF has come to Hartford and scored twice and has a 2-touchdown lead.
And that was all Sands right there. UConn was committed to stopping the run. They loaded the box. There are way too many defenders right there. You should be throwing the football, but a guy like Sands that can break 2 tackles like that, I'd hand the ball off too in that situation.
Extra point is good.
This is how we do it.
Long drive and a touchdown on the ground. Good stuff for Jordan McLeod and the Bulls. Well, look at this. USF has scored twice and has a 14-0 lead on the road. 2 impressive drives. This one 85 yards. And Trayvon Sands finishes it for the touchdown. Tompkins. He's out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Let's take a look at who's driven to succeed, brought to you by Acura. And this is a really special kid here, Eli Thomas. Look at the major 3 knee injuries and a stroke last year, was cleared by doctors for agility drills and weightlifting. And with more on that, here's Justin Walters. Justin?
Eli Thomas is a walking inspiration, literally and metaphorically. He's approaching that year anniversary of battling back a stroke last October, and has also recovered from 3 ACL injuries. Head coach Randy Edsall spoke glowingly about Eli, saying that he at times is the most passionate player on the team. Eli told me that doctors have told him that his football career is over, but he plans to be a captain and lead by example.
All right, thank you, Justin. That's a nice catch by Cam Ross. And in the middle of everything, when this game was just about to start, the guy in the middle of the huddle was Eli Thomas. He was the guy that everybody was rallying around.
Well, and yesterday before practice, everyone's stretching. You see him walking every single player, give him high fives, little words of encouragement before a walkthrough practice. We're not talking about before a game, but before practice, just making sure everyone's mind was right before a little walkthrough on Friday so they can, no mistakes, make sure everything's ready to go come game time.
Now, UConn has shown signs of moving the football, but has been unable to finish drives. USF has finished 2 of them. And this is Mensah, and it looks like he's got the first down to the 43. This was before the game, and look for Thomas right in the middle there.
Love that, love that. Staying involved, the guys on this team respond to him. They want him there as much as he wants to be there in that huddle, on the sideline, getting guys focused and ready to go out there and compete on a beautiful Saturday.
Michael Beaudry and UConn approaching midfield, 43-yard line. USF gave up a lot of big plays to SMU last week, but so far so good this afternoon. Now the backfield, Mensah caught midfield, spilled out of bounds by Mike Hampton, and a gain of 9.
Great job by the offensive line right here. Find his back one-on-one, but this is the area. As soon as they cross the 50-yard line, they've done a great job getting to about the 40, maybe 35-yard line, and then things start to slow down a little bit. I wouldn't be afraid right now for a possible shot yet. Second and manageable. Take a shot and you still have an opportunity on 3rd down and then go for it.
Beaudry will keep it. He's a big quarterback, and he's very close to the first down. Nice open field tackle, Devin Studstill, the transfer from Notre Dame.
That's what we like to see. 6 of 8, very efficient. We were talking about knocking the rust off a little bit. Decides to pull it, not the fastest of quarterbacks. Great open field tackle, though, by Studstill, number 8. Safety coming in to make the play.
Now at the USF 47. Tompkins. He's got 9 more yards. And close to the first down. Both coaches, both offensive coordinators, Frank Joffrey from UConn especially, said we need to run the football.
Well, right now, USF, you've seen them in the past, they give up some big runs when they decide to bring the pressure. And right there you saw a nickel and a safety bringing the heat. They get out of their gaps, and that's when you see big holes for the running backs to take advantage of.
That's Joffrey. A lot of NFL experience with him. Tompkins again. And then on the other side of the ball, you've got Lou Spanos. The 2 coordinators here at UConn are incredibly capable and experienced, and a lot of that experience has come in the NFL.
You're seeing a lot of NFL-type stuff. They're putting a lot on the plates of these players right now. They expect them to be able to digest it all and go out there and execute.
This is a lot like that opening drive by UConn. And Aaron, you're right. This is right around the area on the field where they stalled on that drive. Mensah picking his way through. Much better against the run is USF today. That's Dwayne Bowles with a stop.
Yeah, this is the area of the field. Now all of a sudden you need to find a way to kind of break through, get the first down, get in the field goal range at least. So find a way to get Cameron Ross the ball, number 9. Whether it's a reverse, whether it's a jet sweep, something quick. See what he can do one-on-one in the open field.
Second down, Beaudry. And he overthrows his man. Matt Drayton in the pattern, the freshman out of Jacksonville. There's Florida talent, a lot of it obviously on the USF side, but there's plenty of Florida talent for UConn as well.
That's because they know where all the speed is, Rich. You got to go down to Florida, especially that South Florida area.
Well,
you good speed down there.
And you can say that about just about every team in the ACC, in the American, in the SEC. Andy Edsall knows. 3rd down 8, just 1 of 4 today. Is UConn at the USF 33. Blitz comes. Beaudry's hit. Little inside screen. Ross the catch. Trying to make something out of it, and he does. And he's got the first down and lost the football. It rolls to the 15. The officials, though, seem to be marking it where he was down at the 25. What an effort by Cam Ross.
I want to take another look at this one. See, great screen. They're going to bring the pressure. That's the time to dial it up. And definitely not a fumble. He is down. We said it, though. Find a way to get him involved whatever way possible. If you're going to have time in the pocket, dial up a little screen, something, because you saw the elusiveness right there. Be able to make guys miss. Definitely down. Elbow is down. UConn will retain the football. Continue to march down that great drive.
Ross is a true freshman out of Newark, Delaware. Tompkins in the backfield, has it left side, and boy, is he blasted. How many times have we already seen Dwayne Boyles come up and make a big hit, the sophomore out of Miami?
Well, he's done his homework, because anytime you see these guards, so they'll do different kinds of counter routes. They'll do a guard and tackle pull, or you'll see a tight end in the guard pull with a counter step by the running back. Like I said, he's done his homework, and he's well prepared for it. He's done a great job against the run.
Loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Big blitz comes. Beaudry, another inside screen there. Caught. That's Jeffries. Jeffries, touchdown. 25 yards, and Elijah Jeffries did most of the work.
Should get a high intensity. Two little screen routes on the drive. Great job by Beaudry right there, kind of manipulating it, finding the receiver on the screen, getting it around guys, and then you see the big guys down the field. Great job by Cam DeGeorge, number 70. That's a tough thing for an offensive lineman in space with a guy that's more athletic than him to be able to lock up like that.
Harris adds the point. And this time, UConn finishes the drive.
And it's a great job by UConn, using their guys, being creative, couple screens to get the first down, and then another receiver screen right there for the touchdown. Get some points on the board, 14-7 USF. So you love to see this mixing up a little bit. You're actually going to see a tackle out there as a slot. Ryan Vandermark, and your tight end is going to be backside. And look at the distraction. You got a big 6'5", 6'6" guy. Hey, throw me the ball. Everyone's looking. And a great job bringing it to the backside. Michael Beaudry doing a tremendous job. Accurate with the football. Allows his guy to catch it and run in for the score. Mr. Jeffries to get this ball, the score, 14-7.
Elijah Jeffries the catch. Frank Joffrey, the offensive coordinator yesterday, with a little glimmer in his eye when we asked him if he would be creative, because he said he might have a few things up his sleeve, and that was one of them. Bentley Sanders up the left side, and Sanders walking the tightrope, still going, and brought down at the 32-yard line. Wow.
Just when we thought UConn had all the momentum, all of a sudden, great job, they got points on the board. And USF said, not so fast, my friends. You'll want to kick it out of the end zone. All right, we'll take it back for a great return right there by Sanders. He's a tremendous guy as a nickel for this football team. Great athlete, all over the field defensively, and you see what he can do with the ball in his hands right there.
And it looks like he stayed in bounds.
Toe dancing on the sideline.
That's tight. 66 yards on the return. Right to work. McLeod going to the air, and it's in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Randall St. Felix.
And these are the plays that USF must make. The running game's going. We know the success they're going to have with the tight end. We know Bryce Miller can make some plays. The outside receivers, your X and Z, have to be more competitive. They need to make those catches down the field.
Crunk right to the 25-yard line. And now a third down. And about 4. Let's see if USF can make that long kickoff return pay off. McLeod's numbers aren't huge, but he's been able to engineer a couple touchdown drives of over 80 yards each. And 3rd and 4. McLeod's throw, a little inside look, caught there. Bryce Miller again. He had the touchdown catch to start the scoring. And he's down to the 13 for a first down.
That's a great route design right there. Man coverage on the back end. He's going to act like he's going to run an out route. DB goes over top. He comes back inside. Easy pitch and catch for the first down.
12 yards on the pickup. Drive continues. You see Lou Spanos, the defensive coordinator. Long-time NFL assistant. Last 5 years with the Titans. Shotgun McLeod, corner shot, and he's got it! Randall St. Felix for the touchdown. And the Bulls are in the end zone again.
And that's the competitive catch that we talk about right there. He missed the one earlier for a possible touchdown about 3 plays ago. Comes back, tells his quarterback, give me one more shot, just one more. I promise I'll catch it this time for the touchdown. One-on-one, great composure in the pocket, little back shoulder fade. Tremendous job adjusting to it once the ball's in the air, and a touchdown for Randy St. Felix.
And McLeod with great touch on both of his touchdown throws. Kobe Weiss, extra point. And it's blocked. Now that can be returned for 2, but it can't be recovered for 2. And so USF is going to have to settle for a 20-7 lead. Well, who knows? Maybe this point's going to mean something when it's all said and done. But USF, 3 touchdowns here in the first half and a 20-7 lead. 3 long touchdown drives for the USF offense.
Well, 209 total yards right now for this offense has been great, and the big part of it's Jordan McLeod. His ability, he's run the ball a couple times, but his touch on some of these deep balls have been great, especially in the red zone. He understands he's going to get one-on-one matchups. His team loves to bring pressure. And Charlie Strong has to be happy right now the way his offense is running the football and the way his quarterback's throwing it as well.
Yeah, night and day from last week. They were down 41-0. Gave up 10 sacks, had a dozen penalties, and SMU won in a romp. Flags down. Tompkins chooses the right side. He's done a nice job returning kicks. This one he brings out just outside the 25-yard line, and we'll wait on the flag, which is all the way back at the 35-yard line.
I think the ref may have just dropped it. We'll see. They're making a call. Offsides.
Offside. Kicking team number 28. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
Charles Lamartina will cost 5 yards. Coming up at the half, our Verizon halftime report. We'll check in with the guys in New York. That is the Verizon halftime report. Here today, and that's significant. Game time changed from 7 o'clock to noon because of the EEE virus here in Connecticut. And we've seen a lot of offense. UConn has moved the ball as well. This is Kevin Mensah across the 40 to the 45-yard line. He's got 15 more yards.
And the same theme keeps happening when USF wants to bring pressure. Once again, bringing a safety from the top of their screen. Guys are not in position. They're out of their gaps when it comes to the run game. And UConn's taking advantage of it with some big runs. So if I'm USF defensively, I'm going to stay back and just play base defense. Don't get out of my lanes.
46-yard line. Mensah coming in from his corner spot. Mike Hampton with the stop. 3 more yards on the ground for UConn.
I'll tell you what, it's been impressive for both these offenses right now. We weren't sure what we were going to see today. We've seen glimpses we've talked about of these offenses having success, and then they go to kind of hibernation. Right now, great job obviously with USF, and UConn has had some great drives. Haven't finished all of them, but doing a great job moving the football.
UConn over 150 yards of total offense. Beaudry, little center screen caught there. That's Tompkins. Well designed, and Tompkins is loose. Out to the 20-yard line and escorted out of bounds.
And we're going to give the big guy some love right here. Christian Haynes, number 64, your right guard, does a great job on the screen. You see him get out and just getting enough of the linebacker, number 11, Boyles, right there to be able to spring his guy. And then Art Tompkins does the rest right there, making guys miss and using his speed to kind of circle the defense.
34 yards, and just like that, UConn is inside the 20 and driving on USF. Mensah straight ahead, has a seam, and the end zone. Touchdown. That's quite an answer.
And a great job once again by the offensive line. We're going to see, we just gave some love to Christian Haynes. Great job pulling right there on the kick-out block. And then the boy, Mr. 34, Kevin Mensah, finishing the rest, bouncing off defenders for the touchdown. Another great job for this UConn offense, moving the ball down the field.
Officials are coming to the near sideline for what looks like a possible review. They want to see if Mensah got into the end zone. Let's watch.
Oh, it's going to be close. I think he's in. I think he's in. Calling the field's a touchdown.
I think for sheer effort you give it to him, but
I tell you what, that elbow was just hovering. It's going to be weird. Look at that left elbow. When does that go down? He sees, he's like, come on, stay up, please stay up, please stay up, please stay up.
It's close.
I think it's close.
Is there enough to overturn the call, which was touchdown?
From those two views, I'm saying touchdown. Right there. Oh, it might be at the half-yard line. It's so bang-bang. It's when that left elbow hits the ground. Right there. I mean, you just can't see down the line completely, so you don't know. Left elbow is for sure down, but is the ball at all touching the white plane? Looks like it's going to be a touchdown.
And it is a touchdown. What a difference for both offenses. As you pointed out, neither offensive coordinator was able to execute the game plan last week. I mean, Randy Edsall and UConn was down 56-0 to UCF. It's hard to run what you wanted to run when you fall behind by that much. Harris the kick, impressive drive.
And a great job with this offense, another great run, and then Kevin Mensah keep that left elbow up for the touchdown.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Napa. With quality parts and know-how, Napa Auto Parts and Auto Care Centers can help you keep your car on the road. By Sonic. Enjoy the Car Hop Classic for a knockout price of $299. And by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy.
The obligatory mascot dance here in the American, USF and UConn. Well choreographed, as you can tell. Scoring summary, Blinken, you missed a 4-play, 74-yard drive. Mensah the 18-yard touchdown run to finish it. And now UConn is over 200 yards of total offense. And they will be kicking off. Bentley Sanders, last time he had it, went 67 yards and set up that last USF score. Sanders on the line drive kick at the 1. Starts left. Bounces outside. Sanders again gets to the sideline and waits and decides to step out of bounds. We're celebrating 150 years of college football. Let's go back to a great moment for USF. That's at Notre Dame. That's 2011. It's Kayvon Webster going 96 with that fumble, put USF ahead. When it was that fourth quarter touchdown, pulled Notre Dame to within 3. Onside kick recovered, and South Florida beat number 16 Notre Dame. Charlie Strong right now trying to get this USF offense and defense rolling. McLeod had a man right in his face, gets it off. Nice throw and catch. Cronkright out to the 40-yard line, and that's 13 yards, and emotions spilling over on the USF sideline. Officials get in there quickly and escort the UConn players out.
It's a little screen set up here. They're going to get pressure on him. But great job, someone in his face, being able to get his arm angle around him to get to the back of the screen right there.
1st and 10, play action. McLeod has time. Boy, a middle shot right on the money. Caught there. Jannard Phillips, his first touch of the day. And Phillips is into UConn territory to the 42.
I tell you what, I'm impressed right now with McLeod and his ability when able to stand in the pocket. Good base right there, and then throws a dart right at the face mask. Great throw on a deep cross.
Whoa! Snap. McLeod has it, and he's in trouble and brought down.
People at home are yelling at me right now to why'd you jinx him and give him a compliment.
Well, you were talking about his throwing, not necessarily his...
Not his catching ability.
That was a hot snap that came up and came in high. You can see the 2 minutes left. UConn is actually going to burn a timeout with hopes of getting the football back. That's Lou Spanos, the dynamic defensive coordinator, longtime NFL assistant. Coached in 3 Super Bowls, and 2 of those he came away with a
couple rings.
A ring.
Got a couple rings right now in the Super Bowl. He knows what he's doing.
Long time with the Steelers, the Redskins, the Titans.
See this snap right here. Just a little hot, but also a little bit taking your eyes off it. Sometimes you get lazy as a quarterback, thinking this is so easy. I do it every day in practice. You take your eyes off it to be able to put your eyes on the belly of the running back. You gotta make sure you secure the catch first.
Charlie Strong and USF, both teams looking for their 2nd win of the season. Great run to start, and the last 10 games have been a struggle. McLeod escapes, got a lot of room, and he's to the 40, 30, and out of bounds he goes. Sore ankle and all. Jordan McLeod, and another flag down to the 32-yard line.
Well, this has been 3 or 4 times right now we've seen McLeod in this football game do a great job of eluding a free defender, making a miss one-on-one. You think it's a sack. That's awesome right there. Great footwork in the pocket. We showed it in the pregame what he can do. And then if you're going to play man-to-man, there's no one looking back. All defenders are down the field. And once you make one guy miss, it's easy sailings for a big-time run from the quarterback.
There was a lot of shoving again at the USF bench, but no flag. And so the play stands at the 26-yard line after a 21-yard scamper from Jordan McLeod at the UConn 26. And remember, it was UConn that used that timeout. McLeod steps in, another big run. He's to the 10, McLeod to the 5, and he's in. Touchdown. 26 yards.
Well, he looks pretty darn healthy, Rich, that's for sure. Throwing the football has been great. Running the ball has been even better. And once again, if you're just going to play coverage and not have anyone to spy the quarterback, he's going to take advantage of it. See right there, everyone, got 4 guys coming, no one else is left. Everyone is out in coverage, and he's just gliding. He's a smooth runner. Make one guy miss, a little nonchalant, flip it to the ref. making it look easy right now.
The pride of Plant High School in Tampa.
He's making Coach Wiener proud right there.
Aaron Murray's alma mater. This guy had a terrific senior year there.
Great job with the pass pro. You see right there, he's able to get a couple hitches in. No one's open. He feels everyone's dropping deep. I use my legs and take off and get a touchdown.
He's got the sore ankle. He hurt his wrist in the first quarter against SMU. And that drive took just a minute to go 73 yards on 5 plays. He's shown a little bit of everything too, Aaron. The great touch on some of the deep outs and the touchdown throws, the ability to create with his feet, good pocket presence.
Yeah, 7 of 10, and one of those was a drop pass by St. Felix on the outside. He's done a great job, very accurate with the football, showing great arm strength, great command. The offensive line's been the biggest thing, allowing them to run the football, and then great pass pro, something we haven't seen.
There's a lot of time left for UConn here. Tompkins at the 7. He's had some moments. Tompkins across the 35 to the 36-yard line. And UConn now, with a minute 40 left in this half, gets the football. Tomorrow, the NFL on CBS gets you a full slate of games. Tom Brady and the Patriots in the nation's capital. Ravens and Steelers renewing their AFC North rivalry. And it all starts with JB and the guys on the NFL Today at noon Eastern on CBS.
Keenan Allen is an absolute beast. Look at him this far this season. I mean, obviously, he has a great quarterback in Phillip Rivers, but man, oh man, that's just some yards per game, 113. Anytime you're over 100 yards for a receiver, you're doing something right.
Both offenses are doing a lot right in this one. Michael Beaudry and UConn now. 2 timeouts left. And a minute 40. Tompkins on a draw. And we'll see if they can hurry back to the line of scrimmage. Greg Reeves made the stop.
Interesting if USF uses their timeouts. I mean, their offense not only scoring, but they're scoring fast. At the moment, you feel pretty good if you have about a minute to go. If you're able to get the ball back, to be able to move the ball down the field. So we'll see if Charlie Strong uses the timeout after this play, if they will stop him.
And there's movement and flags. And that's Matt Parrott, the terrific right tackle for UConn who moved.
Just a little early there. He's thinking hurry up offense. It's going to be a quick snap. Just moved a little bit too early.
Second down, 11. Beaudry trying to get to the sideline, does. Slides out of bounds, it stops the clock, but
saves the timeout for USF right here. Now all of a sudden, you're Charlie Strong with a minute to go. You get a stop right here. You burn one of them, unless it's an incompletion. You burn one, still have 2 in your pocket. Possibly if UConn goes for it, you get an incompletion. All of a sudden, you have 3 timeouts and you get the ball with probably around 50 seconds to go in the half.
Randy Edsall pacing right now. This is going to be a 3rd down and 11. Cam Ross has been the feature receiver. He's on the inside slot, bottom of your screen. It's been a nice day for UConn on 3rd and 11. Blitz comes. Beaudry's in trouble, and he's hit. Drop ball's loose. Ball scooped up, picked up there. That's Livingston with the ball, and USF has it at the 24-yard line.
As a quarterback, you have to feel that pressure and tuck it and protect the football. USF, that's the 8th fumble recovery they've had so far this season. Great job. You see the pocket collapsing right around him. And that's number 44, Antonio Greer, knocking the right arm away. Oh, you gotta protect it a little bit better than that in the pocket. But this USF offense, or excuse me, this USF defense does a tremendous job knocking balls away. Once again, their 8th fumble recovery so far this season.
14 turnovers overall, and now plenty of time, all their timeouts, and great field position for Jordan McLeod and the Bulls offense. McLeod to the air, over the middle, it's tipped and picked and intercepted. And UConn forces a big turnover. Flag is down. And let's wait on it.
Intercepted by UConn, first down. After the play, dead ball, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Intercepting team number 52. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
Sometimes you're feeling it, and you feel like you can make any throw out there. Just try to force one down the field. Once again, everyone's dropping deep. Tries to throw it off his back foot, feels a little pressure, then a great job right there by DJ Morgan, number 41, just tipping the football.
Abiola Olanyan with the interception.
And that's a happy Boji right there. Thank you, fellas, for that one. But still, USF with 3 timeouts. UConn should try to get a first down right here. They just can't take a knee.
Olanyan with the interception, and now UConn backed up to the end zone. Things are starting to get a little chippy out there on what looked like a 3-yard run, but most of the action was in the defensive backfield.
I'm surprised USF is not burning a couple timeouts right here. I thought they would try to use 3, maybe get a good punt return, see if you can get a late field goal before halftime, but I think they're content, and along with UConn, letting this thing just run out.
Abiola Olanyan with the interception, and that stops USF from getting in the end zone again. Randy Edsall and the UConn Huskies headed towards halftime. Entertaining first half in the American. Charlie Strong and the Bulls a 27-14 lead at the half in Hartford. Coming up, the Verizon halftime reports. Big first half for Jordan McLeod and the Bulls. Halftime about to come to a close here in Hartford. USF on top of UConn here in the American. Rich Waltz along with Aaron Murray. I think Frank Joffrey, offensive coordinator for UConn, Kerwin Bell, offensive coordinator for USF, are saying to themselves, finally, we have a chance to employ a game plan and not fall behind by so much, and it was an entertaining half.
Well, both quarterbacks have played tremendous, and then both offensive lines, most importantly, doing a great job in the run game, and then also in pass pro too, allowing these offenses to really flourish a little bit. And you've seen both running games have really done a great job. Mensa right here doing a great job keeping it in, and then the star of the show so far in the first half, Jordan McLeod throwing the football down the field, and very accurate, and then using his legs when nothing is there. You see the rushing touchdown right there. He's had a heck of a first half. Looking forward to the big things from him and the rest of this USF offense here in the second.
Chick-fil-A game summary. Just the yardage for both teams impressive, because a lot of offensive misfires in the first 4 games for these two schools.
What about the yards per play for USF? 9.4. That is a lot. And then most importantly, they wanted to get the run game going. 146 yards, a team that's coming in at 98 yards per game, rushing the football, doing a great job.
And that kick is through the end zone. And let's check in down below with Justin Walters. Justin?
Hi, Rich. I spoke to head coach Charlie Strong, and he told me without a doubt this is the best offensive first half that his team has played all season long. The one critique that he said his team must do to win this game is tackle better. As for the Huskies, Coach Randy Edsall said that they have too many self-inflicted wounds. They must tackle better. He likes what the offense is doing, but the self-inflicted wounds must stop in order for them to win. Back to you guys.
All right, Justin, thank you for that. There's Randy Edsall. This is year 3 of his second tour, 15th year overall. He's the guy that really built UConn football. And, of course, left for Maryland. Charlie Strong in his 3rd year. And USF and Jordan McLeod get the football at their own 25. Cronk right to the 27-yard line. Cronk right He has run for 57 yards on 10 carries. And the fact that USF has rushed for about 150 yards on the ground is significant. They have struggled to get to 100 yards per game this year. McLeod's out of the pocket again. Flag is down in the backfield. Looks like a hold. And McLeod's going to scramble across the 30 to the 31-yard line for 6.
Holding, offense number 77. 10-yard penalty, second down.
That's Marcus Norman, number 77. Anytime you throw someone to the ground, good chance you're going to get called for the holding. Could have been almost hands to the face, too, up there, and just so-so call. I don't know if I completely agree with the hold. He kind of did shove him down, but very ticky-tack right there.
Second down and 17. Wilcox in motion. We really haven't seen him targeted today. This is Cronkwright, and UConn smelled it out. DJ Morgan, who remember went out with an injury in that first half, is back and makes the stop.
Well, USF in the first half, 3 for 4 when it came to third downs, but those third downs were third and manageable. They're about 3rd and 5, somewhere in that area. Now all of a sudden, 3rd and long. This is what you don't want to be. It's a great job by UConn these first few plays to really push USF back for this long third down conversion.
Third down and 18. Blitz is coming. McLeod stands in, fires, and it's incomplete. It looked like Randall St. Felix cut his pattern short, and McLeod overthrew him by a bunch, and that's a big 3 and out for this UConn defense.
Well, you have to feel good for UConn coming out of halftime, because first half USF could do no wrong. Special teams were working, the offense was rolling, they got great field position, a lot of big plays, a lot of big explosive plays. So you go into halftime, make those corrections, and it's a good sign to see them coming out there getting a quick 3 and out to start the second half.
Trent Schneider is a terrific punter. The 29-year-old out of Sydney, Australia, who owns his own construction company. One of the many Australian punters in the sport. And a fair catch made right near midfield by Quavon Skanes. And now UConn has great field position for their first possession of the second half. USF on top of UConn, opening moments, second half. And pay attention, you. Tomorrow night, 6 Eastern, toughest sport on dirt takes the stage for PBR Minneapolis. The Invitational Unleash the B-Series continues right here on CBS Sports Network. It's always amazing how he stands at attention every time we do the PBR read. As the USF's defense now trying to stop Kevin Mensah and UConn.
So I've been impressed so far with Mike Beaudry. Great first half, 9 of 12, 125 yards, has the touchdown. Did have the fumble and the sack, but overall, really did a great job, especially coming off not playing for a few weeks.
See, total yardage right around 200 yards for UConn. They're averaging just 312 a game. Great throw and catch there. That's the true freshman wide receiver Cameron Ross. Bentley Sanders in coverage.
I am a big fan of Mr. Ross in the slot. Does a great job getting up and then very friendly out of the cut. And coaches, when he came on campus, they started making plays like, oh, we got someone special on our hands right here. And he's had a great season so far. Great job today, getting open in the slot. Very friendly, knows how to run routes with the ability to show his numbers to the quarterback.
6 catches, and he's right around 60 yards. He hasn't been on campus long. He's a true freshman. Mensah trying to pick his way through. And he's back to the original line of scrimmage. Greg Reeves. This is the stop.
This is the area in the first half that they had to kind of break through. They had a couple drives, got to about the 35, 40-yard line, and then USF did a great job holding. Defensively, this is a great defense. So tackles for loss, 9.8, third in the country, 6 already today. That front four does a great job. Almost feast or famine, though, sometimes.
Second down, 10. Jay Rose, the tight end, motions left side. Mensah cuts it back, and boy, is he plastered there. Antonio Greer, the sophomore, made the hit. You know, it's funny, we saw those numbers, tackles for loss. This USF defense should be better than it is because of some of the numbers that they put up.
Well, I'm telling you, it's almost feast or famine sometimes. They're getting tackles for loss, and then you turn around, and then all of a sudden there's a 15, 20-yard run play. You know, and we said at the beginning of this game, the consistency. The coaches just want to see the consistency. 4 quarters of good football. Not 1 quarter, not 2 quarters, not a play here, a play there, but can you sustain for an entire football game?
This is 3rd down and 12. Beaudry, blitz comes, and he had to deliver a little earlier than he wanted. Ardell Brown wasn't into his break yet, and it's incomplete.
And he had Brown right there, and it looks like they may go for it. Bring out the punting unit right here. Kind of on the cusp right here. I don't know if you gain a ton by punting the football.
It's a 4th down and 12. If they were to try a field goal, it's out of the range of Clayton Harris, who's long as 41. This would be a 54-yarder if they attempted it.
So we have the construction worker, now we have the plumber punting right now, Rich?
Yes, this is Luke Magliozzi, the 25-year-old Australian who was a plumber, got fed up with plumbing, and decided to try out as a punter. And I think that one rolled right on the goal line, and that's going to be a touchback. So for you plumbers out there, if it doesn't work out,
there's a chance.
There's a chance. Of course, he was an Aussie rules football player as well, so he had a good leg, and that helped him certainly. Ball's going to come out. That is a touchback.
College football on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Today's Military. Your child's success tomorrow begins with your support today. Visit todaysmilitary.com to learn more. By Acura, precision crafted performance. And by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
(27-14), USF on top in the American in the 3rd. Here in Hartford, news and notes around the American. Been a great start for the conference. One of 5 conferences with multiple unbeatens. How about Cincinnati last night, taking down number 18 UCF. Yep. SMU. Just ask USF how good SMU is. A big win for the Ponies last week. And try to stay unbeaten this week. Cronkite across the 32 to the 33-yard line.
That was a fun game last night. Cincinnati taking down UCF. Great football game. That's a great football team. We had a chance to cover them a couple times last year. Great defense, and that's a tough place to win football games.
Yes, it is. Big crowd. Cronkite, and he's out to the 38-yard line with that carry. South Florida established their running game in the first half. They're sticking with it right now. Right now at 86 yards on the ground. As Aaron pointed out, he was over 1,100 yards last year, and a sliver of daylight there, and he's right through it. Another big pickup to the 47-yard line.
This is the best this offensive line has looked this entire season. These guys are getting to the 2nd level untouched. We haven't seen it. We haven't seen it through 4 games. Usually you have linebackers running free. They've done a great job. Anytime they're pulling guard, tackle, combinations up to the Mike linebacker, allowing the running back to run freely.
Again on the ground, this is Sands. He bounces into the next level. Gain of about 7. Kerwin Bell, the offensive coordinator for USF, talked about the need to run the football, and that will make everything else work offensively. And it's been true to form here for the Bulls. Second down and 4. Sands again, and again he busts through. That's another sizable game.
They're winning the football game. So, and we talk about in games past when they've been down by a ton of points. Once again, see the big hole, great combination block, and then you see Marcus Norman, number 77, with a great job pulling around. Both teams, offensive linemen, are doing a great job at any time they're pulling and getting into space, one-on-one with linebackers. But now they have the lead. Now they can commit to the run a little bit more instead of saying, hey, we're down by 30. We got to just throw. Doing a great job letting the big guys up front eat a little bit in the run game.
Look at the rushing yards, 192, averaging just 98 coming in. That last one was an 11-yard carry. Play action, McLeod fires it into the flat, and it's caught there by Jacob Mathis, and he's hit. We haven't seen Mitchell Wilcox, the fine tight end, who was an NFL prospect and possibly a first-round NFL prospect.
Well, they haven't used the tight ends much in this game. They've been spreading out this UConn defense, running the football well, and then spreading him out to allow their quarterback to run it as well. So I still think as soon as they get closer and closer into this red zone to the plus 20, Mitchell Wilcox will have some plays.
And that's a big shot there. Kelly Joyner Jr., and he just comes short of the touchdown. There is a flag down. He's down at the 2. Flag is at the 20.
Holding, offense number 4. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, second down.
And it's on the outside right there.
That's Stanley Clevereau. And that's going to bring this thing all the way back to the 30-yard line. Second down and 4. You get the down back. Blitz comes. McLeod's hit and spun around and dropped. Ryan Gilmartin, the junior.
This on Jordan McLeod a little bit. UConn decides to bring the heat. Cover 0 blitz. You don't see a lot of this in the field. You usually see this in the red zone. Everyone, unless they had a receiver out in coverage, was playing man-to-man or up at the line of scrimmage ready to blitz. As a quarterback, you have to understand that. Get the ball to your hands because they're bringing more than you can protect.
That's a big play. Now it's a 3rd down and 9 after a loss of 6. The ball sits at the 36-yard line. They've got to get to the 26 for a first down. Design run, and a flag is down, and so is McLeod, who didn't like what he saw and then fell right at the 42. The flag is at the 32-yard line.
Looks like offsides defensively. USF's going to get another crack at this one.
Offside. Defense number 18 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty, repeat, 3rd down.
Lou Spanos, very upbeat, very animated, the defensive coordinator in his first year. It looked like Eric Watts, number 95, was lined up offsides. As it is, it's 3rd down and 4 now.
Tight man-to-man coverage, possibly another cover 0 blitz. Got to get the ball in your hand if you're the quarterback.
McLeod, and here comes the blitz. He'll roll away from it, racing for the stick, and he's got the first down and more to the 15, cuts back to the 12, and Jordan McLeod, who was splendid in the first half, picks up a big first down.
Yeah, great job understanding that they're going to bring the heat once again. Get your quarterback out on the move. Don't let him sit like a duck right there in the pocket. He rolls out, no one's open. And a great job by Marcus Norman. A little bit of a hold there. Almost thought he was going to call for that one, but Jordan McLeod once again using his legs to get a big play down the field.
22 yards on that scamper. Verizon brings you the red zone. 3 of 3 once inside the red zone today. McLeod's throw, and he underthrew. Bryce Miller had him. Second down 10.
This UConn is not afraid to bring the heat. When it comes here, they understand it's going to be tight throws in the red zone. Everything's shrunken down a little bit for the offense. Let's put some pressure on the quarterback and see if we can win one-on-one on the backside. USF done a great job so far of doing that. Once again, they're going to bring the heat, play man coverage on the outside.
McLeod, end zone, open, caught, touchdown. And that's Miller again, his second score of the day. And he was wide open.
It was a sweet route. Early in this game, his first touchdown was a cover zero corner route. So what does he do? They run a corner post. He fakes like he's going to run the corner. The safety bites. He runs the post, wide open touchdown. That's a great job understanding. We've run this play, they've run this defense, and let's counter it with the post route for the touchdown.
Kobe Weiss for the point, and it's good. And an impressive drive for USF.
And it's a great job. Understand, got to get the ball in my hand now. Find the post route, Bryce Miller. Awesome job for a second touchdown to get the USF on the board once again.
Time now for the Napa Know-How for All. Mr. Aaron Murray.
Well, earlier they ran the corner route versus cover zero. So what do? You run the corner post. So you're going to hit the corner route. Not so fast. We're going to bring it back inside. DB thinks, all right, same thing. They're going to run it. And Bryce Miller, look at this move. Uses a great job. You see the head go to the left. As soon as you sell it with the head, DB bites it. You bring it across his face, and that's an easy throw for the touchdown. Great job setting it up.
Bryce Miller's had a nice game. Remember, he's getting a lot of time. Johnny Ford, the sophomore out of Miami, is out. This is Tompkins. Tompkins continues to have a nice day returning kicks. Gives UConn good field position. And we'll see if the Huskies can move the football and bounce back here. They're down 20 now.
It's been interesting, the kickoffs for both teams. Both kickers, I don't know if it's a little chill, the chills kind of killing the ball up in the air or what, but they've been kind of short at times, allowing these receivers or guys catching them to get some good field position for their offenses.
UConn had to feel pretty good about their first half. Now they're riding a streak that they would love to end. They have not beaten an FBS opponent since October of 2017. They've lost 18 straight. Beaudry inside screen, and that was smelled out by Mike Hampton, who seemed to be riding Cam Ross throughout the pattern.
It's a great job on the outside. They've run that a couple times, that play. He recognized the formation, tight man coverage on the outside. And just enough, not giving up the play to Ross. And that's going to be the guy that's going to need to make some plays right here down the stretch. You're not out of this football game, only down 3 scores. 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Ross is going to have to make a couple more big plays for this team to get the excitement going for the offense.
There's a little pitch to Ross coming around the left side, and that was smelled out again by USF. Darius Slade there to greet him.
How many times did they practice that play yesterday and walk through this UConn offense? It always works to perfection in walkthrough too. Every time they ran it, it was for about a 40-yard gain to Ross. Not so much when you're playing against a defense that's fast like USF is.
It's a gain of 4, third down 6. Beaudry fires it sideline, caught there. That's Jeffries, short of the first down, 44-yard line. And it feels like UConn's going to have to give the football back to a hot USF offense.
Yeah, you got to make sure you get a little bit closer to the sticks. You don't always have to get to the first down mark. You want to get with at least a yard, especially on a hitch route, where you can catch it and at least try to fall backwards to get the first down. Right there, caught it about 2 or 3 yards short, was not able to do anything with it. Great job by USF, though, defensively playing tight coverage, kind of playing those sticks.
Magliozzi's back out there. KJ Sales deep.
prior to the snap. Delay, offense, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
We were talking about Magliozzi being an Australian punter, and of course for USF, Trent Schneider is as well. They both were guys that went to Pro Kick Australia, which is a group that has produced over 80 scholarship punters in college football over the last few years. 17 All-Americans, 5 Ray Guy Award winners. Good pressure by USF and a low line drive kick. Good bounce, and it's taken there. And it sails, and he's buried immediately at the 18-yard line. USF on the road and on top. You're watching college football presented by Geico. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Join CBS Sports Network for the AutoNation Cure Bowl that benefits breast cancer research and the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. It comes this December. We can tackle this. Last drive for the Bulls.
And once again, some big runs from this offense, doing a great job. Quarterback getting involved. Once again, McLeod to cover 0, and then such a sweet route. Little corner post from Bryce Miller for his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Back to work, USF, and they've done great work on the ground. Jordan Cronkwright with the carry. He's approaching 100 yards. USF, not a great rushing team coming in. 98 yards on the ground per game.
It's amazing, though, once you get it going, how everything else offensively just seems to open up. You get more one-on-one coverage on the outside. Your quarterback can run a little bit, too. All just seems to work hand in hand.
Cronkwright. When you rush for 200 yards, things are going to go well. And Charlie Strong, 15-1 here at USF when he gets to that threshold. 201 now.
Right now for UConn, you still have to understand you're only down 3 scores, and I only say only, but you still have a chance to get back in this ball game. You got to get off the field, though, defensively. Is a big opportunity. You stop them here, you get good field position for your offense. Hopefully can punch one in before the end of the quarter, possibly.
They're down 5. McLeod to the sideline, and a big mess entangled at the 35. Mitchell Wilcox was the target. Tyler Coyle on the coverage for UConn.
And Coyle's done a great job. A little bit of handsies there, but obviously no call on the play. But he knew he had a big target on him when it comes to guarding Mitchell Wilcox today. Done a great job. I mean, we talked about it a couple possessions ago. Wilcox has been pretty quiet throughout this ball game.
Scaines is deep. And now Schneider, the 29-year-old, who started as a bricklayer and built his own construction company, was a goalie, a goalkeeper, playing soccer in Australia. To the 38-yard line. Flag down behind the play. Late hit. Another flag follows.
It's been getting chippy. It was chippy there in the first half. It seems to have carried over to the second half with some stuff after the play's over with.
After the play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Kicking team number 43. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run. 1st down.
Darius Williams with that penalty. Let's take a look at the quarterback comparison. It's brought to you by Sonic.
I thought both guys have done a good job throwing the football. Both been very accurate. Obviously, McLeod using his legs has been tremendous. And you see, I think they went the wrong way. They marched it off. I think they called it on USF, but they marched it off against UConn right there.
Yeah, I mean, the officials right now are huddled. Was the penalty on UConn to begin with? Well, they announced it on the kicking team, didn't they?
They did announce on the kicking team, so.
Well, as it is, it's all the way back to the 23. Mensa left side. And he's swallowed up pretty quickly by Blake Green, the junior.
thought we would have heard a little bit more commotion from that UConn sideline over there from the coaching staff saying, hey, listen, you called it on them. What's going on here? We thought we'd get the football around the 50-yard line. A little bit longer field position. They needed an explosive play to kind of get some excitement going. Man-to-man coverage is the perfect time to make one.
USF showing blitz. And a procedure call.
Offense number 9. 5-yard penalty, second down.
That was Cam Ross with the early start. Well, Randy Edsall's team now down 20, and they've seen USF control the football for most of this third quarter and run clock and do a lot of it on the ground.
Yeah, and that's why you need to stay on the field. One, you need points, and two, your defense has been on the field the majority of the third quarter. Keep them on the sideline for a little bit. They'll get a longer break during commercial at the end of the quarter as well, but see if you can string together a couple first downs.
Beaudry on play action, lays it out over the middle, bobbled and dropped. Matt Drayton. Mike Hampton was in coverage, and Drayton came back and had a shot at catching that football.
Oh, and he had him for a touchdown right here. Throws it behind, just was a little late. I think Mike Hampton did a good job kind of distracting Drayton right there with the hand swipe. Still got to be able to come down with that football and catch it, but if Beaudry throws that ball a hitch earlier and more across the field where you're supposed to throw the post route, you should be aiming at almost the inside of the goalpost. That could have been a nice little 81-yard touchdown right there because they had no high safety to defend it.
Third down and 14 instead. Beaudry, and that one was behind Cam Ross running a deep post. Nick Roberts on the coverage.
Actually, I think he felt the pressure there. Cam Ross was just a little clear-out route. Matt Drayton had the deep, what we call a dagger route, about 16 to 18 yards across the middle of the field. The inside seam clears it. He comes right underneath. He felt the pressure, just got rid of the ball a little bit early. In that case, you just got to put some more air under it. There's been a couple times where he's felt pressure, still threw it early, and then the ball was incomplete. If you're going to do that, like I said, you just got to put a little bit more touch on it, kind of feather it through there, and allow your receiver to then locate the ball out of the cut.
Sales is back again. Magliozzi's punt. It's a fair catch called for and made at the 37-yard line. 32 seconds left in the third. Here's that big play that almost hit.
Yeah, you're going to see right here, there's going to be no safeties deep. They're in a cover 4. So it's going to be one-on-one matchups. With the cornerback, you see the safeties jump one-on-one. He beats him across his face. Matt Drayton on the outside, and you got to throw it inside of the hash. You throw it inside of the hash without a safety deep. You catch that football, that's a chance for an 80-yard touchdown. That's the explosive play that we talked about this offense needed to kind of get back in this football game.
Back to work, Jordan McLeod and the Bulls. To the air, he's going to go deep, looking for Weaver, and it's picked off. Intercepted there. Diamond Harrell returns it up the right side. Harrell still on his feet to the 18, now the 16-yard line where McLeod stops him. And UConn has a big play.
Well, listen, you didn't hit the home run on the offensive side. You missed the post. What do? Defense comes up with it. Diamond Harrell with the interception. There's just a little bit of a double move on the outside. Jordan McLeod just stares it down. Look at him, just staring it down, staring it down. It's a long developing play. You have to hold the high safety as the quarterback. You come back, you let your receiver do the work for you on the little hitch and go. Instead, he stares it down a little bit too much, allows the single high safety, Diamond Harrell, to go out there and make a great interception and then a great return on top of it.
Now let's see if UConn's offense can take advantage of that. Mensah through the middle, hit by Livingston. To the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Final seconds. Escape from the third quarter. Jordan McLeod and USF still a 20-point lead. Headed to the fourth. In the American. USF on the road and on top by 20. We said at the outset, both these teams were pointing at this game as the opportunity to plant their flag and reboot their season. And right now, USF has a 20-point lead. But UConn on that interception by Harrell and the long return.
I almost feel like right now, too, in fourth quarter, you're down by 20. I mean, you're not desperate, but I feel like it's almost 4-down territory based on how your offense has looked so far in the second half.
Beaudry pulls it, fires it, and did he avoid the sack? He may have. He had a receiver out there. Livingston was draped on him. And I think they're going to call it an incompletion.
That was a great job by him. If he does get this off, we'll see in the replay if that knee's down or not. Oh, I think that left knee is down. If I'm USF, I want a little challenge right here possibly, because that backs him up a good 6 yards here in the red zone. I think Charlie Strong's thinking about it. He's talking to his guys up top.
They're down 8. Got to get down to the 6 for a first down. Beaudry throws towards the sticks, caught there by Brown. And here's that test of your 4-down territory. Bentley Sanders is there for the hit.
It's a great job on the outside, getting out there to the flat to make the tackle as soon as he caught it. I think they're going to go for it. I think this is the right call right here. Based on what we've seen, this offense has not been able to move the ball a ton so far this half. I think you got to take advantage, or try to at least take advantage of the good field position that your defense got you.
This is 4th down and 5.
Be on the lookout, Cameron Ross. He's in motion right now. He is the playmaker for this offense. He needs to step up.
Beaudry has time, and it's incomplete. He had a man. That's Matt Drayton, who was open at the 3-yard line. And the Huskies can't connect and have to give the football right back to USF.
Yeah, he had an opportunity. Just got to put it right in his chest. Great protection, plenty of time in the pocket, crossing routes with a little stop route, OTB over the ball. Just brought a little bit too much heat right there. Love the play concept, love the design, great job. You put it on his chest, you put it on his right shoulder pec, he turns to the right, he falls in for a touchdown.
That's a frustrating sequence to get the big play. The interception return by Diamond Harrell. And a nice stop by the USF defense. Cronkright with the carry. CBS Sports Network brings you some late night college football. Undefeated and number 16 Boise State on the road in Vegas against UNLV, only on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. It's coming up tonight after this one. The sweep to the right side. And Cronkright enjoying a fine day. A transfer from Florida, Miami native.
We haven't talked about Mitchell Wilcox much in the passing game, but great job right there in the run game, securing the edge right there. It allows running back to get on the outside. That's a guy that's an unselfish player. Yes, he might not have the game so far that he's one to catching the football, but still going out there and showing that he is a complete tight end.
Cronkright again to the 35-yard line.
This USF offense is going to continue to run the football, continuing to bleed clock, and methodically try to move this football down the field. Would love to obviously get a field goal, try to put this game fully away. At least a field goal, maybe a touchdown.
112 yards now for Cronkright. Fired to the sideline, Xavier Weaver. Weaver had a big play in the first half. He gets to the 37-yard line. Diamond Harrell made the stop.
There's a big third down for this UConn defense right now. They must get off the field and be able to give their offense some field position, because if you don't get off the field right here, then all of a sudden you're going to bleed another maybe 2 minutes plus of this clock here in the fourth quarter if USF's able to get the first down.
Straight ahead, Trayvon Sands, and that is another big carry. Move the sticks, clock will restart, and it's rolling now. And this is looking more and more like the USF we're accustomed to seeing in the American.
Well, the offensive line right now, though, I mean, when your defense knows you're going to run the football, everyone in the building knows you're going to run it, and you still are able to just pound it right through to get the first down and some more. That's when you know you guys up front are having a good day.
Eating up yards and clock. And holding a 20-point lead. Sands. I mean, you think about it, we showed you the number, the great start under Charlie Strong and the struggles over the last 10 games. They were 10-2 in 2017, beat Texas Tech in the Birmingham Bowl. We're 6-2 in the American. Last year 7-6, and they had some late comebacks to get to 7-6. We're 3-5 in conference. McLeod scrambling. And he's not going to escape. Yes, he does. He's still on his feet and looking and still with it. How about this? McLeod, who ran about 50 yards to gain 8. Tyler Coyle made the stop.
I think he got the first down, too, because I don't think he was down on the initial tackle. I think he rolled over. But what a heck of a play right here. We talk about his ability to make guys miss. There's one. Looks like he fixes his helmet, stays up. Makes another guy miss. Big guys out front. And even right there, needed not down. Able to roll over.
Gonna pitch it. Cronkright has the first down. Has more. On the sideline. And out of bounds. Well over 100 yards to the 14-yard line. Jordan Cronkright and this offensive line for the Bulls having a field day.
It all starts with the big guys up front, being able to collect the edge. Donovan Jennings, Demetrius Harris on the outside, the left guard, left tackle. Great job, along with some great blocking from the receivers as well.
This is an enormous offensive line. Jennings there at 328. Harris to his right, the left guard, 324.
Once again, all-out blitz for this UConn team.
McLeod, and he had a man, just threw behind. Eddie McDoom, one of the great names in college.
You've been waiting to say that all day. You
Yes.
said it before the show. He's like, I hope McDoom has a big day.
Yes.
He could have had a touchdown right there.
Yes.
Bring the doom down.
We need more McDoom.
Those are just concentration throws right there from a young quarterback. Not taking plays off. You know what the defense is going to give you. They're not afraid to let you know that, hey, we're going to play cover 0 and we're going to blitz you. See if your guys can win. Once again, Bryce Miller in the slot one-on-one.
They're going to go back to the corner, and it's in and out of the hands of Miller, just as you thought. And it's incomplete. Kyle Williams on the coverage. Miller caught a touchdown pass in the first half in that exact same spot.
Yeah, just a corner route once again versus cover 0, but just late. You know, you see that extra hitch right there. Still have to catch the football, but if you're able to throw it on one less hitch and just understand and trust it that, listen, I know what I'm seeing. I know it's cover 0. I know this play is going to work. Get to your back foot and just let it rip. That extra hitch cost him another touchdown pass.
Really no signs of the sore ankle or the sore wrist for McLeod. 3rd and 10. They pick up the blitz. McLeod's scrambling again. Look at this. Still alive, and finally is brought down by 3 pursuers. DJ Morgan finally got to him.
He's going to be tired after this game, after all this running.
He's
a little tired right
now.
there getting up. But it's like a little human joystick out there. Yep, not so fast. Let me run to my guy. You miss, you miss. And all right, I'm just tired. I'll fall down.
Timeout on the field. 34-14 USF. With the game time moved to noon for this game. A sunny, bright day here in Hartford. And our keys to the game, Aaron Murray steps back in time.
USF offensive line done a great job dominating, limited the big plays defensively, not many missed tackles. UConn had the run game going early, and then way too many explosive plays given up on the defensive side of football.
Oh, it's a fake and a toss to the right side. And this is going to be a touchdown, I believe. Yes! It's a touchdown on the fake. Spencer Schrader, the kicker. How about this?
I love it. I mean, why waste it right now, though, we're up by 20 points, but he was booking, though. Look at him run. He's like, please, no one hit me. Please, no one hit me. And I think he's in.
Schrader,
that's a touchdown.
Schrader shares the field goal kicking duties with Kobe Weiss.
Look at that, high and tight. Great job with the ball security. He even holds it through contact on the ground. Sign him up. That's a touchdown. He's going to be hurting tomorrow. It's probably the first time he's been hit in his entire life.
It's going to be worth it.
It's going to be worth it.
So worth it.
He's going to have a sore right shoulder tomorrow, but it's going to be worth it. He's happy. Someone give him the ball. Put that on the mantle when he gets back to his dorm. Everything's in. Look at that right knee gets in. It's a tutty.
Ball over the pylon, it looks like.
Yeah.
Officials are looking at it right now.
Come on, officials. Don't take it back from the kicker now. Give him the touchdown.
After further review, the ruling on the field of a touchdown has been confirmed. Touchdown for USF.
A little bit of everything for the Bulls. And Spencer Schrader. Really nice toss from Trent Schneider, the holder,
toss.
Right? Little over the head look. You know, I know Kobe Weiss is the extra point guy, but because he scored the touchdown, it would have been nice to leave him out there to kick the point as well. Flag is down.
Offside, defense number 14. That penalty is declined. The PAT is good. Timeout on the field.
Spencer Schrader's big moments. Fake field goal. Schneider to Schrader to the end zone, and the Bulls are rolling. (41-14). Big day in Hartford for USF. It's not often that the guy who scores the touchdown gets to kick off. I mean, literally kick off.
This ball is going to land out of the end zone. He is so juiced right now. He's going to bomb it. Let's go. Let's see what he can do. Oh.
Art Tompkins at the 6. And Tompkins has a seam. And he's out to the 30-yard line. So, special teams contributes on what has turned into a big afternoon for USF. I mentioned earlier, this is kind of the USF we've been accustomed to seeing in the American, not the group that has struggled for the first month of this season. And it's a good time for Charlie Strong's team to get better because, you know, their schedule kind of opens up. They've got BYU at home. They go to Navy. They go to East Carolina. Then they have a gauntlet of Temple, Cincinnati, Memphis, and at UCF to finish their American season. Beaudry on play action is chased to the sideline, and he'll fire the football over the bench. Greg Reeves in pursuit, and it's been both sides of the ball for the Bulls, not just their offense that's put up the points. Their defense seems to have recovered from the SMU game.
Yeah, they have. And this is a team that's pretty darn good. I mean, points per game and all that has been a little bad these past couple of weeks, but overall very talented, fast, and you've seen less of the exotics this week, less exotic blitzes and coverages, just lining up and playing football today versus UConn, and you're seeing a lot more success.
Beaudry, good catch there. That's Jay Rose, the tight end. And Rose is out to the 48-yard line.
When Beaudry does a great job, if he's able to sit in the pocket and feel good, he can deliver it with a strike. Right now, Ryan Vandemark down on the field.
UConn on the move. USF on top. 41-14. USF on top. Big hole for UConn and not a lot of time to climb out of it. 8.5 minutes left in the ball game. Good field position. Their own 48-yard line. Michael Beaudry, his pocket collapses, and so does he, under a pile under Kelvin Pinckney.
Yeah, you're seeing some of the reserves right now for USF coming in there, getting some playing time, which is good to see. Great job by Pinckney. Bringing a little pressure from the outside, continues to kind of get that bull rush against Christian Haynes. Number 64 is a pretty good right guard.
Blitz comes. Beaudry again hit and dropped. Another sack. Patrick Macon.
Right now, Beaudry needs to see this, see the blitz coming. He's got to feel and understand that the ball needs to come out of my hand a little bit faster. But 64 Christian Haynes once again getting picked on a little bit right there at the right guard position.
This is 3rd down and 19. You see the sacks, 5 now for USF. Beaudry, deep crossing route, and he hit him right in the numbers. Caught there by Matt Drayton.
Same play, he threw a little early the series before.
It's not enough for the first down, though. It looks like it's just short.
Great job on the dagger route, plenty of time in the pocket. We said if he is time in the pocket, nice little tight spiral right there. You give them the opportunity to go for it on 4th down, see if they can convert.
Ball's at the 43, got to get to the 42. Mensah in the backfield. This is Mensah, and it looks like he's got it. And he does. First down. Remove the chains. UConn down a bunch, though, 41-14.
This is good practice for him, though. This is good practice for this offense. They continue to build, see some success from some guys on the outside. Build on that great dagger throw. You know, we said at the beginning, Michael Beaudry's going to be the quarterback going forward the rest of the season. They want him to be the guy, and you want to continue to build his confidence the rest of this 6 minutes going forward for the rest of the season.
Beaudry, another crossing route, caught at the 30-yard line. Gain of 11. Ardell Brown holds on.
Play action. We haven't seen much of this today. Get under center. Just a dig route from you're coming from your right to your left or left to the right on the screen.
Second down and 1. And that blitz is going to get him again. That's Antonio Greer from the outside, the Tampa sophomore.
And they need to work on picking up some of these blitzes, I believe, heading into next week's game. Because if you're not going to protect like this and you're going to get guys wide open to get after your quarterback, teams are going to continue to bring pressure. So this is either going to be on the quarterback to have to redeclare and make a new mic to put the offensive line on the blitzer, or you're going to need some hot throws in there. What do you have to understand? If you bring 2 off one edge, the ball needs to get out of my hands now. Someone needs to be running a route where the quarterback can throw it to him.
Translate redeclare. Beaudry, and not a good throw.
So you get to a line of scrimmage and you usually declare a mic. Some teams let the center do it, some allow the quarterback to go there, and that's who the offensive line is responsible for. They're responsible for the 4 down plus the mic. And as a quarterback, if you get up to the line of scrimmage and you see any kind of rotation, you feel pressure off the edge, you get up there and say, hey, easy, 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 mic right, mic right, mic right. That's going to push the line one guy over to be able to pick up some of these blitzes. So it's either on the offensive line to see this and the center redeclare, or the quarterback just to be able to protect them.
Sometimes, though, you'll see a spinner back there.
A little spinner, man.
As you taught me last night. 4th down, going to go for it. Beaudry's throw to the sideline is on the money, and that should be enough for the first down. It's caught there by Ardell Brown.
That was a great route by Ardell Brown. Probably his best route, the bench route right there. It's a 3-step. He's going to go 3 steps inwards to the seam. He's going to hit 3 vertical and then break it out. It's going to end up being about 12 yards on the sideline. He's probably caught about 4 or 5 of them this season.
Beaudry took a shot from Patrick Macon.
Once again, a free blitzer in his face.
Tompkins trying to get to that next level. Does. There's a flag down, and Tompkins finally lands at the 19 with Macon on top of him.
I think we're going to get a face mask here on the USF. An attack on some additional yardage right here.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the run, number 6. First down.
Kirk Livingston, the guilty party.
You can see it right now. Pulls it down with the left hand, Livingston. And this is the confidence we talk about for this UConn offense. Being able to get now a good drive going to finish this game, to build on this going into next week.
First and goal, just inside the 10. Beaudry, little flip to Rose, and he's hit, drops the ball. It squirts all the way back to the 12-yard line, rolls out of bounds. KJ Sales and Damaris Bellamy on the hit, and Rose, who made the catch, is slow to get to his feet.
Just gonna sneak. They love the back block with the tight ends. You see him give a little stutter like he's gonna block, sneaks out, and then just gets a little windmill action.
Rose was a prolific high school quarterback. He's 6'3", 248. In 2 years here in Connecticut, just 2 years, he threw for over 6,000 yards and 86 touchdowns. There's the defense, and we talked about many of the positive numbers they've had. Tackles for loss, they've got 10 more of those. Turnovers, they've forced a bunch of them this year. There, a quick flip, that's Ross. And Ross is stopped before he gets out of bounds at the 4. Remember, it was second and goal, so now third and goal as we're approaching the 3-minute mark here in the fourth quarter. Andy Edsall just trying to get this thing in the end zone. And as Aaron pointed out, something to build on for next week. And that's not going to get it done. Beaudry is stopped. Nick Roberts was there. That's a loss of a yard. It's going to be 4th down and goal.
Great job by the defense staying home. Beaudry tried to pull it a couple times today on this zone read with a tight end lead block, and linebackers have sniffed it out pretty well, not allowing him to get to the edge. When we talk about confidence for this UConn offense, what about this USF defense? Really playing really tough inside the red zone throughout this football game. Had a 4th down stop last possession. See if they can do it once again.
Ross in motion. Mensah's in the backfield. Pitch to Mensah, racing for that goal line, and he's in. And UConn has the touchdown. So something to show for that last drive. With just 1:59 left in the ball game. Down now 41-20.
Great job blocking on the outside. See the big guys going out front, guards, tackles, pulling, receivers blocking well on the outside. That's a confidence-building drive right there for this UConn offense.
Yeah, 15 plays, 70 yards. It did take 7 minutes to engineer. Going for 2. Beaudry. He'll take it himself, and he goes up and over and in. How about that? Michael Beaudry, the Orlando native, engineers a touchdown drive. Aaron Murray used to do this, right?
Definitely did not try to leap over that, but good touchdown run there by Mensah. And then the 2-point conversion, up and over, John Elway style for the 2-point.
Geico difference makers for the Bulls and for the Huskies. Jordan McLeod with his arm, with his legs, with his head has been outstanding. And then Tyler Coyle for UConn, 8 tackles, 5 of them solos, coming from that strong safety position. Geico difference makers. Hands team if you're USF. Onside kick if you're UConn. Clayton Harris is going to kick it. Gets it to pop up. It's loose. And it looks like USF has recovered it. And they have. So nicely done for USF. And they now, with 1:56, can go about the business of trying to run some clock.
Get a little backup action in too. Talk about some of the defenders coming in there, some of the young guys getting some reps in this football game. Looks like we're going to see a backup quarterback as well for USF. Jordan McLeod, I believe his day is over with.
Now, Kurt Reigel is listed as the backup, and there he is. Reigel is out. Remember, Blake Barnett did not make the trip with a high ankle sprain. And so Reigel, the sophomore.
They like Reigel. Say big arm, strong kid, can make the throws. I don't know how much we're going to see him throwing the football right now, but
we're going to see how well he can hand it off. And he does to Kelly Joyner Jr. And he's got an 8-yard pickup. The yardage on the ground is impressive, certainly for USF. I mean, the Bulls were a team coming in that had trouble on the ground. They're almost at 300 yards, 296 right now. And Joyner's run here should put him over 300 yards for the game. They were averaging 98 a game coming in. So a lot to like if you're a USF fan coming out of this one. And an injured player right now for UConn with 1:24 left, 41-22. As we noted with USF, they've got BYU, then they're on the road against Navy, at East Carolina. So there's an opportunity here for the Bulls to get back up on their feet. The BYU game is on CBS Sports Network. So is the Navy game. East Carolina's a road game. You look at the last 4. Temple is off to a great start. What a good defense. Cincinnati had the huge win over UCF. Memphis is undefeated.
That's a heck of a 4 games to finish off the season right there.
And that's a gauntlet. And then, of course, that great rivalry against UCF. Good to see Eric Watts up and moving off the field. And maybe it does take some of the heat off of Charlie Strong, at least for the time being, because
it's 1 week off.
Yeah.
To breathe a little bit, enjoy this next victory, get back to Tampa, settle in for a home game next weekend.
Joyner. And Joyner's going to get to the 33-yard line. If you're UConn, there's some positives you can take out of it, but that long run of losses without a win against an FBS opponent stretches now to 19. October 21st of 2017, the last time they won a game against an FBS opponent. Play action, Reigel is going to throw it, and he throws a dart, and it's caught there at the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown. How about that?
That was a dart right there. We talk about his arm strength and showing off. He's all feeling good out there after throwing that one.
Devontress Dukes with the catch and the score. And USF adds a touchdown here. And you're right about Reigel's arm.
You know, he just rears back and rips a nice little corner route, and then make you miss, reach over. Looks like the knees are up. That's a touchdown.
Weiss with the point, and USF.
It don't matter if you're UConn right now, that last second touchdown you gave up. But listen, if you're going to onside kick it, you know, you're still playing ball. Why can't the offense play some football too, especially with some of the young guys, see what they can do, ripping it. They work hard in practice all week. They want to get some fun reps. If I was a backup quarterback, I wouldn't want to just hand the football off. Give me at least one throw. Let me show you what I can do.
So 48-22. UConn on the road next week themselves. They go to Tulane. They've got Houston, a road game at UMass, Navy. ECU comes here. So there's opportunities. The Huskies obviously just need to try to keep getting better. Line drive kick and return out to the 35-yard line. And some pushing and shoving right now at midfield. .25 seconds left here in Hartford. USF's going to go back to Tampa with a win. Their first American win of the season. Evens their mark at 1-1. They'll go to 2-3. Michael Beaudry in the final seconds of this one. Steps through. Beaudry slides in at the 42-yard line. And that may be the last snap of the game, although UConn hurrying to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. And so USF, hungry for a win, comes to Hartford on a noon start. Charlie Strong and the Bulls continue to dominate UConn. 8 straight against the Huskies.
That was an impressive performance by USF. Really looked good. Both sides of the football. Defense was dominant. Offense, I think they found their quarterback for the rest of the year.
A lot to like if you are a Bulls fan with this one. Coming up next, Boise State and UNLV. We're headed out to the Mountain West. For Aaron Murray, Justin Walters, and our entire CBS Sports crew, I'm Rich Waltz. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. USF, the winner here.